Shall I test my luck? Yes. Bad luck. There is simply no remedy for bad luck.
It's all right, my lord. It's only the first time.
Shall I test my luck? Tenfold pull. Bad luck. To the west, beware of fires. Oh shit.
Twice in a row. How unfortunate. But try not to let it discourage you, my lord. I'm sure the next one will have fortune smile upon you.
Worse luck. Be well, be careful.
It's 3 times now, isn't it? Maybe it's not your day, my lord.
Worse luck. Simply bear with the misfortune of your days.
Oh my. I know you said you aren't for prayer, my lord, but by what you've shown, you may need to start.
Worst luck. Open windows may invite something more than the wind. Goodness me.
Fortune favours the bold, but perhaps not the overbold. Do be careful.
Worst luck. The labours of our days often lead us to roost. Is this actually RNG, or am I getting just, or is this just meant to like? Oh my god.
It can't get worse than that, right? Oh well, I mean, I guess it can, huh?
You can see me gripping it harder. Disaster luck. It shall serve you well to think outside of the box.
The deeper one's losses, the more satisfying victory. The victory when it's finally in one's grasp, yes? A shame you cannot charm Lady Luck. You must be patient, my lord.
Disaster luck. Do not stray from the path, and do not be misled.
I've made a haiku to commemorate the occasion. Fear not the demon, whose words bring kin to their knees, but strike soft his desk.
Fuck! To be held by beauty is nothing short of demise, or perhaps happiness.
No, it is no lie. The Lord's luck simply sucks.
Listen to the words of close companions.
Will you be alright, my lord?
Fuck me!
Bad luck. Worse luck. Worse luck. It repeats again and again, no matter how many times I draw these accursed papers.
I crumple the last one in a blatant display of anger and release a frustrated cry. Ah! They all test the same story of no fortune favoring me, with each one growing worse than the last. But that can't be the truth, for if it were, what would that mean for my future? What would it mean for the future of the clan in moments when chance was all that remained? I refuse to believe it. I'm convinced it can't be the case. Thus, it can only mean that this is the damned Kitsune's doing. I try to recall when and how she might have made her move. The stroll was a spur-of-the-moment decision, so she could have not predicted my walk here. Then was a spell cast upon me the moment I entered the shrine. She should not have grown strong enough to overpower my own abilities, and yet there was no other explanation other than a curse. A powerful one, it must be. And it's one I must break for the sake of the clan. Later that day, I returned to Akuma Castle. However, much to Onigiri's confusion, I did not stay. I told him of the journey I need to embark on, searching for a way to break the curse. He begged me to reconsider, but my decision was made. This is very in character. I just want to say that. I would find a way to improve my luck and then return to the clan when the time was right. Game over?! Game over?! Wait, that can't be right. What the fuck? We got bad ending. So I decided to go out looking for Nina to give her a piece of my mind. Well, that was the luck machine. What about this? Oh no. Should I test my luck? No, not yet. Okay, so this whole area is my luck. That was the lovely, lovely messages. Okay, that should be that. Should be all that. A cursory check of the area leads me to meet the gaze of one of my clan just as they finish their prayers. Their eyes light up in astonishment, but it turns into a soft, fond smile as I approach.
Oh, it's Lord Akuma.
Good day to you.
Good day to you. My, this is quite the surprise. I did not think you the type to pray, my lord.
At the thought, I laugh in amusement, bright and clear as the day. You'd be right, I do not. But I thought I should check the shrine and see how the spirit is faring. Have they brought you much luck?
I've been fortunate today, my lord. I received great luck in my first omikuji today. They've been very kind to me as well, but the blessings of good fortune aren't for all. Would you like to see what the spirit might bring you? All it requires is approaching the shrine and discovering your fortune by taking a nomakuji. It's very simple, and the spirit is kind to let us try again if we are displeased with the result. However, we be warned that another attempt may be for the better or for far worse. I heard from many in the clan that if you try at least 10 times, good fortune is sure— That's a fat fucking lie! I see. I shall keep that in mind. Alright, so that's the same thing. Alright, I'll try it one more. I'll try another 10. Bad luck. There is simply no remedy for bad luck. Tenfold pull. Is it the same thing? Bad luck. Worse luck. Worse luck. Worse luck. Damn it. Damn it, it's the same thing. Fuck. Damn it! There's no escape! There's no escape! I shall always be cursed by bad luck. Damn it. Oh my god. Alright. Let's go. Alright, where should we go now? So it's the courtyard. I finished my exploration of the market with a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction. It's a nice change of pace to walk around without purpose, and it warms my heart to see how the clan thrives. But as the day continues and shadows begin to shorten, when the sun moves overhead, I know I must return to the castle and my duties as the lord. I leisurely walk up the road towards my destination. As the distance grows, the hustle and bustle of the market crowd gradually thins, and the noise quiets with returning peace. Soon I reach the gates of Akuma Castle and smile at the sight of my home. Reaching several stories in height, it stands proud, imposing, and seemingly untouchable compared to the structures around it. Some might say it was much like its lord in that way. However, unlike the building, I make the effort to bridge the gap between myself and the members of my clan. I'd like to think my troubles are rewarded with the homey warmth and comfort present within the castle walls. It isn't perfect by any means, but it is my haven. Ooh, who's this? As I take a moment to stroll through the courtyard, I catch the sound of a broom swishing against the ground, followed by a soft curse and a dismayed cry. When I seek the source, I spot an attendant. His movements speak of exhaustion as he laboriously sweeps the scattered petals, painting the ground pink. I frown. Should this task only be meant for one person? I take a cursory glance around the area, but find no other attendants free of their duties. This won't do. With my mind made up, I approach him and casually fold my sleeves in the process. He looks up when I near and nearly jumps in surprise. Oh, welcome back, my lord! I see you're working hard, but I think there's too much for one person to handle alone. Here, let me help you. Oh, no, I could never. This is my duty and I shall gladly accomplish it. I insist. It's faster with the two of us. Now be a good boy and hand me the broom. For a while, the air is filled only by the repetitive and rhythmic swish of the broom as it brushes against the ground. A few petals escape here and there as we sweep, but we see the progress made as the piles grow taller with each movement. There we go. Not a single drop of sweat broken. Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much, my lord.
Think nothing of it. I'm always happy to aid a clan member in need. Aww. As I walk further into the castle courtyard, an attendant stands waiting to greet me upon my return.
Good day, my lord. Welcome back.
Ah, perfect timing. Have the sweets been prepared? I've been gifted these lovely Asmanthus tea leaves and would like to sample them for tea this afternoon.
I believe the cook prepared some sakura mochi for you. I'll bring them to your room shortly.
Splendid, thank you.
You're most welcome, my lord. I'm happy to be of service.
Alright, to the halls of the castle. There's a cat! From the open courtyard, I enter the main building to make my way through the smaller enclosed halls of the castle to return to my room. The structured hallways flow and connect to each other. Doors to various rooms line the walls, and stairs to higher floors stay at the end of the corridors.
I navigate through these halls with ease, and attendants bow as I walk past, but when I reach the base of the first flight of steps, I stop for a moment as I look upon them. Ah, my old enemy. Stairs. I take the first step to conquering this foe, and then another, and continue. After walking a few flights and traversing more hallways, I feel my legs strain with the effort. It seems the tiredness from the village is taking its toll on my body. I curse softly as I slow my pace. How I wish there were easier ways to reach higher floors. Perhaps if the stairs become my ally, then they might take me to the top. That is wishful thinking. The writing in this game is so nice. It's so fun to read. At least there is some consolation accompanying me to this ordeal. For as I pass the windows in each hallway, I admire the majestic view of the land that grows better the higher I climb. There's a cat. Wait, hang on. I can't. Hang on. Hang on. One sec.
Yo. Yo.
Yo.
Yo. Yo. Yo.
Yo. Alright, hold on. A door set in the hallway leads to one of the castle's recent additions. Created by a clan member, this little room holds a porcelain basin, accompanied by a bucket of wash water. Its purpose is to allow one to relieve themselves in private, away from prying eyes and other elements that would distract from the great task at hand. Ah yes, the toilet. A marvelous invention. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to take a quick break. Take a break? Yes. Oh. Feeling quite content at the moment. That's a nice luxury to have indoors. Quick save. Ah. As I pass through one particular corridor, I glance towards a door. It's Onigiri's room. Given he went ahead, I wonder if he went straight to his room or proceeded elsewhere to prepare for his patrol. It is then, as if summoned by thought, the door opens and out steps my companion with a smile.
I see you made it back in one piece, my lord.
There you are, Onigiri. You sound almost disappointed.
With your admirers, I thought the clan would have taken a piece of you by now.
I'm sure they're better than that.
Want to bet on that?
I stay silent, knowing it's a bet I would easily lose. Alright. To the throne! Oh, sheesh! Finally, after a long journey, I near my rightful place within the castle, my seat of power. Two attendants open the doors as I approach the throne room and bow deeply in respect. I wave it off casually, prompting them to rise, but they retain sweet smiles as I walk past. Such well-behaved kindred today, I see. A glimpse of what lies within the room leads me to admire the throne and its adornments first. In the style of the time, it's a simple space meant to elevate the lord above those around him. But unlike other castles, I prefer putting my trophies on display. It's a straightforward negotiation tactic I learned from the yokai, meant to instill fear in visiting enemies and boost confidence in potential allies. The BGM is a bit loud. Hold on. Thus far, it's been effective with simpler folk of humble origins, but I find I must rely on my charms with those versed in diplomacy. It's more effort, but not too troublesome. Not when all succumb to the voice demon, and the visits with special private audiences are the ones I enjoy the most. As I nearly lose myself in the memory of one feisty diplomat's visit, I glance outside the window for one last look at the forest's greenery, and stop. Something catches my attention. Something that shouldn't be there. I step closer to the window and my eyes narrow in suspicion. It's smoke. Black smoke, rising from deeper within the forest in a column, declaring the presence of fire close to home. My brow furrows. There should be no reason for that smoke to exist. It's not much from the direction of any human settlements. The amount is far too much for a simple campfire, but we receive no warnings of an attack. I frown as my concern grows, but I try and divert the train of thought before the worry goes too far. Perhaps I'm overthinking. It's likely a fire from travelers lost in the forest. It isn't uncommon for refugees and the homeless to seek the clan out themselves. There may even be yokai from another area visiting my territory, save for the risk of frightening my clan. There should be no cause for concern. I turn away from the window and walk back to my throne, reassuring myself that surely nothing is the matter. However, somewhere in the back of my mind lurked the idea that something suspicious was afoot. Sheesh, look at me! Look at me! I chuckle at the memory as the light finally turns green. All at once, the people around me walk forward, following the signal to cross at different speeds. Sheesh! Hold on, let me just turn this down just a little bit. There we go. And reach the other side just as the light turns red. A cursory glance around reminds me that I'm no longer in that market of the Sengoku period. I'm still in Japan, but making my way to the Nini-Sani studio. It's a different time of modernity and convenience, far removed from humble origins. But I think that there's something to be said about Japan retaining the spirit of that time. The streets may be different, but the hustle and bustle remains, if on a grander scale. Businesses still run through negotiations and prices. Social media enhances word of mouth. Even the attention I receive is similar, though the respectful bows have become shy glances and giggles. Ah well, some things will truly never change. But while I revel in the memories, I can't help but think about how fortunate it was to discover the smoke. Looking out the window and seeing that scene marked the beginning of events I didn't expect, and investigating the smoke was only the start of a bigger plan than I realized. Interesting. The day went by with peaceful normalcy whilst I performed my duties as required. Unlike what some expect, the life of a lord isn't always glamorous and exciting, especially when the clan lives detached from matters of other humans and yokai alike. Every day is filled with tasks needing my approval, such as improvements to the territory or trade requests from new merchants seeking their fortune. It's quite mundane and can become boring enough that, at times, it's easy to see how many a daimyo can become lazy and complacent with their lives. However, ordinary tasks don't dull my skills as the clan's leader and protector. When they look to me for protection, I take it upon myself to safeguard the home built by their hands. Especially when incidents occur that hint at a threat to the clan's well-being. As I hand another scroll to a waiting attendant and then bid them to leave with a wave, my thoughts drift back to the smoke and I consider the facts of the situation. The smoke came from deep within the forest and far away from any people. With spring, it isn't the season for forest fires, so that couldn't be the cause. After checking with my attendants, I found there haven't been unusual reports of suspicious activity from the clan, and even if enemies sneak their way closer, the pacts made with neighboring yokai ensured news of bandits or invading forces would reach us if they haven't already been dealt with. I've heard whispers of Tokugawa Ieyasu's ambitions, and know he is a determined man who will not stop until he achieves his goal. If he should set his sights on the clan... No, that's speculation, and nothing comes from worrying about what doesn't exist, which is exactly where I started. I sigh in frustration as I find my thoughts looping back, so I stop and change course. If I cannot make sense of the situation, it should be better to ease my fears than suffer the consequences of the unknown later on. With that, I make my decision. Onigiri, I have another job for you.
I'm listening.
I need you to investigate the source of the smoke coming from the forest. It may very well be nothing, but I'd like to be certain. And should you find trouble, take care of it for me.
Smoke, eh? Well, where there's smoke, there's a fire to extinguish. Alright, I'll take care of it at once.
And he moves to leave. I look over his current form and consider him thoughtfully. Onigiri is a skilled fighter. There's no question of his capability. But his smaller form will cause others to overlook him and lead to fights if he can't keep his temper. On the other hand, his larger form will scare humans and threaten other yokai enough to prompt them to attack. Neither outcome will do. Before you go, you may want to change your appearance. Should you deal with yokai or humans, I trust you to tread carefully.
Yeah, I know. This isn't my first assignment, Vox Akuma. Or are you taking me for a fool in your old age?
Not more than usual.
Huh, takes one to know one. But fine, I'll humor our whiny lord. Let's see.
As before, a puff of smoke appears and completely envelops Onigiri's smaller form, obscuring it from sight. Oh! After a few moments, it slowly clears and the childlike body is replaced by another, one taller and far more pleasing to the eye. It's softer than I remember, but this form should do. Neither race can resist these charms. It certainly is easier on the eyes. I dare say I may even be sexier than you, my lord. Best be careful or the clan might follow me instead. Oh, I don't know about that. The clan knows where their loyalties lie. We'll see about that. Sheesh, Onigiri. Regardless, I'm sure I can get whatever I need if I approach them like this. I smile in agreement. I rarely see this form of his. He only uses it when the situation calls for infiltrating or disarming the opponent with a smile. Onigiri preferred direct confrontations with his club to the subtle touch of manipulation. It didn't mean he couldn't do it. I look forward to the results of your investigation. Thank you, my lord. I'll have it ready in a few days' time. Try not to miss me too much. I roll my eyes. Wouldn't dream of it. Having accepted my orders, Onigiri departs, leaving me to resume my duties. The door opens with his exit and I smile. Simultaneously, an attendant brings in another bundle of scrolls. I don't tell him often, but I'm glad to have Onigiri. A right-hand man as competent as he alleviates concerns like these. Tokugawa Ieyasu, thank you for the super. Oh no! Oh no! No, not yet! No! I'm free to focus on what matters most, the clan. I sigh, feeling tension drain from my shoulders. The attendant stops once they reach my side, and holds out the scrolls with a bow. With my mind at ease, I take the next scroll from atop the pile and go on with my day, leaving the matter in his capable hands. Sorry. Time passes and I wait for Onigiri's report. Pushing the thoughts of smoke to the back of my mind, I continue going about my business with another day of visiting the village. No, it's my mic. I'm trying to fix it. I'm sorry. But this time, it isn't for pleasure. This is more an inspection than it is sightseeing, ensuring that all is well within my realm, and the clan is living well under my rule. I could leave it in another's hands, but I much prefer to do it myself. It helps to reinforce our ties and let them know that I am not an unapproachable lord. After all, a clan where the leader doesn't associate with his people would only be a ruler looking down at them without understanding. I shall lead, not simply rule. It helps that when all is said and done, this is a task I enjoy, wandering the streets, observing the mundane, and being reassured of their happiness with each person that passes. Today I return to the market and intend to speak to the merchants and clansmen in the area if I'm able to find an opportunity amidst the excitement to speak to them. When I arrive at the market, what greets me is a surprise. I look around and notice that the usually excitable area is now silent. The scarce amount of people remaining are lost in the background of shop stalls, milling about rather than trading. It seems a few merchants even close their stores early. Strange. How can so many people be absent on a fine day like this? There aren't any events or special occasions I'm aware of. So what could be of such importance to draw people away? Another unusual circumstance. How odd. Perhaps if I look around I might find answers. As I continue down the street, I notice the owner of the trinket shop sweeping the front of his store and decide to approach him. He looks up from his task and greets me with a smile. Good day, my lord. Here to have a look around. Sorry, I'm afraid we'll be closing up for the day. Oh, how unexpected. Is business not doing well? No, not at all. Quite the opposite, actually. We've sold out today. Pretty strange if I say so myself, but you won't hear me complaining. Very strange indeed. Anyway, I need to finish up here and get ready to leave. My wife's meeting me soon, so if you'll excuse me, my lord. Of course. You take care now. I walk away with more questions than answers. That didn't go as I hoped. Perhaps if I look around some more, someone might know something. So we see some people over here having a conversation, and Onigiri seemingly charming a group of people. Let's have a see what Onigiri's doing. As I walk around the area, I happen upon Onigiri standing in the middle of a small crowd. From the looks of their reactions, they appear drawn to his new form as he captivates his audience with sweet words and a smile. I can't help my amusement as I look upon the scene. Though I know he's gathering information, he seems to be relishing the attention a little too much. Perhaps they need a reminder of who their leader is. You can't have anyone challenging my authority after all. So with an ease in my step, I approach the crowd and they part, making way for me to meet Onigiri at the center. You're enjoying yourself?
Nice to see you too, Vox Akuma. My, is that jealousy I see? Can't you handle sharing the stage? Or are you here to take back your place at the center of attention?
I'm quite alright, actually. Unlike you, I don't resort to cheap tricks for the clan to notice me. Onigiri laughs off my insult easily. The crowd pay no heed to our banter as they surround us both with starstruck eyes. However, as I subtly glance around, I notice the gathering of people is quickly attracting more onlookers. Though I don't mind when Onigiri and I might argue all day, we wouldn't want to make a spectacle of ourselves for the clan's amusement.
What a flatterer. As much as I wish to teach the Lord some manners, you can see I'm quite the busy man here.
I smile at Onigiri's quick grasp and handling of the situation. Alright then, I'll leave you to it. Don't keep me waiting too long. I could stay and perhaps investigate the results firsthand, but I shouldn't bother him during his investigation. And so, I walk away with a smile and return to wandering the market. What's going on over here? The few people I see in the village, I notice a child playing with their pet dog near the end of the street. As I move closer, I've realized this child is the one that joined the clan along with their family as refugees from another village. However, it only makes it more peculiar to see them without their attentive parents. What could have pulled them away? The child pouts and grumbles as they seem to be trying in vain to teach their dog a new trick.
Come on, stop rolling around on the ground, you silly doggy. You'll get dirty, you're supposed to.
The child finally notices me as I near.
Oh, it's Lord Vox. Good afternoon, my lord.
The child turns away from me bashfully, clearly surprised by my presence. In contrast, the dog is less wary and sniffs inquisitively at my sandals. Hello, little one. I see your parents taught you how to address a lord. You did well, but there's no need to be so formal. Oh, good boy. I crouch down lower to rest on one knee, bringing myself to the child's height. The dog leaps onto my lap and barks, tail wagging with expectation. I smile down at him, and then bring one hand atop his head to pet him and the other below to scratch his chin. He's a very happy dog. Your little friend is a good boy, isn't he?
He is, but he won't listen when I teach him new things.
Yes. Pets can be quite difficult. Do you need any help? I've been known to put a dog or two in their place.
It's okay. He's just stubborn. I taught him how to sit and play fetch before. Oh no, I'm not supposed to say anything.
I stop scratching the dog and he looks up at me with confusion. Is that how it is? First the smoke and now the market's silence, and now a child left alone and keeping secrets. But with this, our incident is unusual, but no cause for concern. But with this, there are far too many convenient coincidences for there to be nothing. I suppress my growing unease in favor of a calming breath and return to petting the dog. He settles on my lap with his tongue flopping out of a goofy but content smile. At the very least, this leads me to believe that there is truly more happening beneath the surface. Evidence is scarce, but if anyone will find it, it'll be Onigiri. I have higher expectations for the full details in his report, but it's possible to gain more information myself. I look from the dog to the child, who looks up at me with a smile. Perhaps, if I play this game right, I might have answers sooner. I see. Well, for now, I won't ask you to tell me your secret, but can you tell me where your parents have gone off to? I'd like to speak to them.
Mama and Papa are busy. They said they'd be back later, so I'll play with Doggy until then.
Did they say where they were going?
They did. That's a secret.
I smile at the challenge and beckon the child closer. The child does so with bright eyes and curiosity as I lower my volume. I'll have you know that I'm very good at keeping secrets, so if you tell me, I promise I won't tell anyone.
I don't know. I can't say anything to anyone, especially not the Lord.
Not even if I ask nicely. Please?
Okay, but only because you asked nicely.
I smile in thanks and satisfaction as anticipation builds within. Finally, I'll have my answers. The child leans in close to whisper in my ear and lightly squishes the dog in the process. The dog peeks his head out from in between us, looking around the area inquisitively.
Well, I heard that...
But before they could finish speaking, the dog perks up and starts growling at something in the distance, calling our attention. The child stumbles back in surprise at the sudden change in their pet.
Doggy? What's wrong?
In the next moment, the dog barks and sprints off at top speed. I think it saw a flash of orange running towards one of the storehouses, and the dog chases it, barking all the way.
No, Doggy, come back!
The child cries with dismay in a way that breaks my heart. Though their little legs are ready to run after the dog, I stop the child with a light touch on their shoulder. Stay here, little one. Let me get your dog back. A storehouse is no place for children to go unsupervised. Bringing them with me may prove more of a hindrance than a help if I have to watch over both. I sigh in frustration as I walk further down the path to the storehouse. So close, and yet so far. But this should only be a small delay. The act of returning the dog may be for the better if the child is grateful to me anyway. Even if it is nothing but a child's innocent secret, I'll accept the consolation of helping a member of my clan. With that thought, I leave and seek out the dog. Shit. I gotta check my fucking... Oh yeah, orange. I hadn't thought about that. Interesting. Hang on, let me check my posture. Oh! God damn! Oh! Oh! You actually heard me crack my back. Nice. Yeah, I had to crack my back. Back is kind of starting to hurt a little bit, but that's okay. So where's the storehouse then? Oh, hang on. Let's no, I don't. Maybe it's time related. I don't want to move. Storehouse. There we go. Look at his little butthole. I don't come into the storehouse directly, except for the occasional inspection when it seems the same no matter when I visit. And today I'm greeted by the scent of wood from boxes, coupled with a faint musty scent hovering about all that grain. The lights kept somewhat dim to keep everything preserved, and it lends to a certain sort of atmosphere. It's so quiet it feels almost abandoned. Of course that's not true, and I think I see my quarry now as the dog peeks from behind bales of rice. If the fox he chased is here, I don't see it, but how it got out is a mystery. I approach the large bales of rice, stacked atop each other, and hear a small scuffling sound followed by a whining whimper. When I check, I find the dog wedged in the small space between them, legs dangling from the floor, and feet kicking in an effort to get out. I make my presence known in an attempt to calm him. There you are, silly boy. What's gotten into you? I wrap my hands around his torso and gently ease him out of the space. Once free, the dog barks at me, its tail wagging enthusiastically in gratitude. How you managed to get stuck there, I'll never know. He barks at me again, before looking around as if searching. I laugh in response, knowing what he wants. Chasing after foxes? Tempting, I know. They always get away, don't they? The dog barks at me again and wiggles around in my arms, prompting me to set him down on the floor. Quite the energetic fighter, aren't you? Aww. So my friend here is quite relaxed. Huh. The writing in this game is so immersive and kind of keeps you in that time period so well that when something like this turns up, it's like, whoa! It just really brings you up. What the dog doing? Look at my toes. He barks and peers up at me expectantly as he sits by my feet. It's typical of this one to seek attention, it seems. I oblige his request by reaching down to scratch behind his ears. Who's a good boy? You are. Yes, you are. Who's a good boy? His tail is set wagging as he brushes up against my leg, little eyes closed. It makes him look as though he's giving me a big, sleepy smile. Such a good boy. Good dog. Ah, a happy little half bark tells me he knows it too. His tail wags faster as he snuggles closer. Oh, have you got something to say? The dog sniffs my fingers as I pet him and then presses closer to my hand as his face is squished against my leg. Oh, you. I oblige him with more attention, but stay careful not to lose track of time. I remove the cloth covering a piece of fabric and uncover a lion dance costume. There are probably better places to store them, but it's safe here. I've always found these costumes charming. I think it's something about the face, those little golden whiskers, and seeing the clan members' legs sticking out from underneath as they move. It's even more fun when I get to join them after a few drinks. As I return the fabric cover back in its place, the memories bring a smile to my face. I straighten the rice bale and give it a smack for good measure. They sound unexpectedly soft. The acoustics in here are deplorable. What's this? Their barrel's out of place, it's hard to say, but something about their presence unnerves me. I opt to take a closer look and hope that prying the lid open would ease my mind. But all it does is confirm what I feared. I know what gunpowder smells like, and I've seen it before. Not in my realm. Not with my clan. This shouldn't be here. There's no reason why this should be here. Expansion's not at our doorstep, and I haven't given orders to procure anything of the sort. So then, why? Damn, gun. A flash of crimson catches my eye from containers on the far wall. I reach upward, letting fabric unfurl in my hand. An odd chill curls up my spine. I haven't seen these banners in our festivals before. These colors and sigil are my own, but I haven't ordered anything new. I've seen all there is here. Keep searching? No. Let us move. Yes. The dog lets out a yawn and shows no interest in moving. Bending down, I pick him up and carry him out of the storehouse. Now, it's time to see the child about that answer. Then I should summon Onigiri back to the castle. We have more pressing matters to attend to. Let's get you back to your owner, Where I left them in the marketplace, and the reunion of the child in charge is distractingly cute. The child thanks me twice over and talks on while I'm thinking of the deal. I'm about to interrupt and ask, but the child looks up at me with an excited smile.
I really hope you'll be happy when Donkey finally gets this flip right.
The dog flops around clumsily, rolling on his back this way and that, tail wagging furiously, and nearly bowling over a clay jar.
Not again!
I catch hold of the jar in time and straighten it with ease. The child grabs onto the dog and holds him in their arms, to ensure they don't pose a danger to the pottery again. No, I'm done.
Sorry. Come on, doggy, we gotta move before you break something again. Lord Akuma, please don't tell my parents. They'll be really mad at me again.
A thought clicks into place. I see what's happened here. The dog's broken something before. Maybe something small of mine, and the child's parents are out replacing it. It made sense that they wouldn't want to trouble me with such a small issue. And it seems I jumped to conclusions for this child's so-called secret when a simple answer would have sufficed. No, not to worry, little one. Your secret's safe with me, alright?
Thanks, Lord Akuma. You're the best.
Oh, I didn't realize that was their line.
But I better go home now. Mama and Papa will be back soon. Come on, doggy.
A smile comes to my face as I watch them go, as does a sense of relief. I start to walk back to the castle, having had enough of the adventure into town, and satisfied with the explanation of at least one of the coincidences before tackling my serious discovery. After all, it couldn't possibly be anything else, right? On my walk back, I try to see if Onigiri is still in the market, scanning the quiet streets for signs of the small crowd again. However, it seems that he is no longer present and may have moved on to investigate elsewhere. So I return to the castle alone and, upon my arrival, send for a servant to seek him out. A few hours of waiting with mild impatience pass until the servant returns with him. I bid my attendants to leave us as we meet in the throne room alone.
You called me, my lord. I know I joked about you missing me, but I don't think you were serious.
This is business. This is business, not pleasure. If it were the latter, I'd call for someone prettier. But to the point, I have another task for you, Onigiri.
Another one? You're working hard for me these days, Vox Akuma.
I found a concerning item within the storehouse, and I'd like you to find out how it found its way there.
What kind of item?
Gunpowder.
That is a problem. Who would dare bring that here?
That's what I'd like to know. Even more if it should be connected to the smoke in the forest.
With what I found, I don't think it is. There were no signs left that speak of a bandit camp or attack, and the Kodama confirms that the only clan were left in the forest as of late, gathering materials. It's likely travelers in the area, or a prank by some local yokai, but I'll keep looking to be sure.
Wait. Thank you, Onigiri. I trust you'll deliver a thorough report as soon as you can manage.
Of course. You've come to the right man for the job. I'll find answers. Don't you worry.
I smile at his confidence and belief, finally feeling some measure of reassurance. I motion him to leave with a wave, and Onigiri steps out of the room. I absent-mindedly stare at the floor where he stood, wondering what to make of all the events. There's undoubtedly a plot with the gunpowder present, though I can't fathom what scheme would use such limited quantity with no weaponry. And with the strangeness in recent events around me, could it be a coincidence they're all happening at once? I'm reluctant to believe they are, but with no solid evidence tying them together, I can't be certain. I only know I can't rid myself of the feeling that there's something wrong. That there's more to the situation that I'm not seeing. But what am I missing? Or am I going mad with overthinking? I sigh to calm myself as the thoughts swim within my head. Perhaps a stroll through the courtyard would help to clear my head. Preoccupied with my thoughts, I make my way back into the courtyard. The lazy breeze of spring sweeps through the area, caressing the sakura trees and sending a cascade of petals scattering into the sky. A few of the castle attendants tend to their jobs, coming and going through the halls and doors. Some raise their heads in my direction, and I make sure to signal them to not mind my presence. What I need now is peace. I take a moment to breathe in and close my eyes. Surely this is another normal, sleepy spring morning at Akuma Castle. And yet, that feeling of unease remains at the back of my mind. The hell is that? The far end of the courtyard, I approach the stuffed bear and admire his imposing stature with a fond smile. The bear was affectionately named Furedi. He was one of the clan's staunch companions and much respected and loved by members of the clan for his gentle and encouraging nature. Sadly, Furedi departed us after ingesting some rice that had been left out for too long, well past the point where it could have been eaten safely. It's like I can still hear his voice. Furedi. All that was left to remember him by was his material form. Following Furedi's death, it was decided that to celebrate his life we would stuff him and leave him on display in the castle. Many years have passed since then, and now he remains immovable in this corner of the yard. We thought to prop him up someplace to intimidate troublesome outsiders, but as of late, he functions more as a meeting spot for the castle attendants. Observing his fate, Furedi's beady eyes seem to watch me intently, and though long dead, one could imagine what he must have been like when he was alive. Ah, Furedi, if only you could speak to me. Perhaps you could reassure me with what you see through the castle. Well, no use in wishful thinking. I reach over to give the bear a pat for my comfort. As I feel the roughness of his fur through my fingers, I notice that his body seems firmer than I remembered. It's as if his stuffing had been swapped out for a more rigid material. I suppose I should be thankful that Furedi is still tended to, but this is certainly odd. This time I'm sure it was not my imagination. Something is amiss about the bear. Furedi? Without warning, Furedi's body splits open with an unearthly creaking sound, revealing a gaping maw of steel and twine. Cords whip out of the bear, wrapping around my body. With the speed of the movement, I have no time to react as I'm dragged into Furedi's body. Oh my fucking god. Vox Akuma was not seen again by any of his clan that lived and breathed in that era. The clan searched for their lord night and day until the Tokugawa shogunate caught up to them. In their last moments, they still believed that Vox did not abandon the clan, and yet it weighed heavy on them that without explanation, he simply disappeared, never to return. All the while, Furetti's body vanished from the courtyard that day. This didn't escape the clan's notice. I can't fucking believe you've got a remix of the Toreador March. But they held higher priorities than to search for a stuffed bear. In later years, tales rose among the provinces surrounding Honshu Peak of a creaking, gnashing demon bear with glowing eyes, who only stalked the forests after dark. Game over, motherfucker.